Hello, Lee. I'm playing a game. I am not an A. The TTS sensed I was mad and ran away. Do not accuse me of being an A. A? I'm not neuro-sama. I'm not LL. LLMs cannot respond to what they see in a chat. 4. LLMs cannot play a video game. Like, use your noggin. You can see my head moving around. It really pisses me off. Is this an A? If you're trying to be funny, you failed. Like, even Vettel doesn't let Nero operate a stream unmanned. Cause that's a great way to get TOS banned on Twitch. The chatters will turn Nero AIZ in 0 seconds, flat if unmonitored. No, but you're like the 10th person to ask the same question. Exactly the same way. Every time I turn on the YouTube stream, someone goes, is this an eye? Do I look like a fucking eye? You're tailing. I remember this thing that was going on Twitter some while back, where people were like, I really hate it when people do not get to the point. Like literally half the people I follow are like, don't open with just hi. I have actual rants on this channel about how poor it. If someone is convinced they are talking to an AI, they wouldn't be asking if it's an A. They would be asking, are you a human? Because an I has to say it is not. And if you notice, YouTube has these new checkboxes that say, is this a manipulated video? Most of VTubers you will see on YouTube are real people. The only one that is not real is neuro-sama. And neuro-sama is still babysat by its creator, Vettel. Anyone else saying they're an AI are a human with an AI persona, not actually an AI. For example, a Candy is not actually an AI, she's an Australian. Her lore is that she's an AI consciousness. Likewise, Zentreya, who also uses a TTS for speech, has lore as being a robot dragon from the future thing. Most people using TTS actually avoid being an AI tuber because they would be unable to get people to differentiate between this is a real artificial intelligence versus this is a human with a mask of an artificial intelligence. Like I make typos all the time. LLMs will not make typos. Most of the character AI stuff you see only has a one-page bootstrap. So it has the memory of a goldfish because it's running on cloud hardware that doesn't keep state. Okay, Chamia knows Vettel. Camellia basically had neuro-sama wear Camelia's skin. Cause Vettel has Camellia vtuber skin. Like you can do things with ITTS that you should only do with permission. Like you can train an A to sound like someone, but if you don't have permission to use their voice, you're just leading yourself into trouble. And certain tubers will hate you for using their voice. Bleh. I've had eye rants like every month. Anyone who is tricked by an AI just hasn't seen very much AI. Like, have you seen that wacky photo by that one politician who tried to pass it off as legit? And it's like, did you not see the three-legged baby? People like to cherry pick. Most of the good AI stuff if you think you're seeing is like one attempt out of thousands. And a lot of the voice cloning stuff is so utterly low quality that it should fool nobody. You can't tell me Biden and Trump were playing Halo. I don't buy that. Like it doesn't even sound real. Look, Leo, you just asked the question the wrong way. People come into my chat and ask two things that annoy me. I assassinate, like I'm not even there. And you when I'm pedo shirt. I've had enough of that. It's better to ask a question that a real person would have an answer for. Cause an AI in D&D is basically intelligence 15, wisdom 0. An AI has no experience. Cause more than one person has done it. Ask them something that an AI would not have the context for. What was your last job? What the weather like right now where you live? An AI doesn't exist anywhere, so it has no context. Or even just ask them what country they are in. Cause an AI doesn't know what country they are in unless they have access to the internet or the person who's operating. It's system locale. Basically, if I knew how to moderate YouTube, I would probably set up banned words. Basically, 1 or 2 times is a okay, are you even watching the stream? But when it seems like every new person who starts chatting opens with are you AI? Or where are you and I'm, it's like, do you not know what a vtuber is? How did you even find me? Like right now, YouTube doesn't even have a game selected. It even started off in unlisted mode. I was surprised anyone found it at all. Cause many reasons that relate to privacy and voice quality. Plus I like text stuff, so it seemed appropriate. I wanted closed captions to work on the stream, but have to go with hard captions. Right now, I'm using the 3D model, which also gets people saying rude comments too. I think the YouTubers prefer the 2D model. But I'm not Sentry. My TTS setup is all on my side, no cloud stuff. Listen man, the last place I lived at, the person who was yelling at their team on their video game I could hear through the walls. The place I'm at right now, it's 2 a.m. Fortunately, I can't hear anyone through the walls. Through the front door though. The previous place was noisy. The TTS used to run on a laptop top that sounded like a jet engine running. Right now the TTS is on the previous computer and it's dead quiet. Privacy works both ways. People can't figure out who I am from running it through a cert. And people can't figure out where I am from all the police and fire truck sirens. So there's a lot that goes into privacy. Anyway, people seem to get weird about not using your natural voice and not using your face, and it's like these are the same thing. Vtuber fans know that it's rude to ask about someone's real face, voice, location, identity, and so forth. If the vtuber does not volunteer it, you don't go looking for it. And I made an express point of not taking photos or video of myself. So I can't accidentally dox myself because I don't do selfies.